Smoke was thick enough to choke a scream. Somewhere on the upper floor of the old building, someone was trapped, banging against glass, coughing, barely audible over the roar of flames. Sirens howled far away, useless and slow. A figure appeared in the alley, small, quick, wearing an old hoodie soaked in sweat and smoke. He didn't hesitate. He sprinted toward the fire like it was chasing him, not the other way around. No one knew the boy's name. Not yet. Inside, Clifford Bain, billionaire tech mogul, industry legend, and quiet cynic, was slumped against a window pane, eyes watering, lungs failing. The stairwell was gone, the elevator shaft a vertical oven. His phone had melted in his pocket, and now, of all places, this abandoned community center was going to be the place he died. Of all the ironies, he thought, just before the window beside him shattered. A wiry arm reached in, followed by a boy's face smeared with ash. The kid didn't speak. He just yanked open the emergency latch and started dragging Clifford out. Clifford stumbled through fire and smoke with the boy beside him, half carried, half dragged. They ducked through a collapsed hallway, to open a basement hatch, and crawled through an air duct that reeked of chemicals. The kid's hand burned against hot metal, but he didn't flinch. At the end of the tunnel, they fell into the back alley where the air was finally clear. Clifford gasped. The boy disappeared into the flashing lights and the chaos. No name. No thanks. Gone. The media spun its own tale. The billionaire had been inspecting one of his newly acquired buildings. A mysterious teen had saved his life. The news cycle called him the hooded hero. Clifford Bain stayed silent. No press conference, no reward, just recovery and retreat. But inside his penthouse suite, behind closed doors, Clifford kept watching the same blurry footage on repeat. The building on fire, the figure in the hoodie pulling him out. He paused it on the frame where the boy glanced back at him in the smoke. That face, something familiar, something unfinished. No one knew why Clifford started asking questions, quietly, discreetly. He called in a favor with the city's surveillance department, asked his daughter Vanessa to trace the community center's volunteer list. Within days, he had a name. Tyrell Mason, 14, lives with his grandmother, straight A student, and once, briefly, part of a youth tech program funded by Bain Corp, until it was shut down by Clifford's own hand. There were no photos of their past encounter, but Clifford remembered now. A protest outside the center, a boy yelling from the crowd, "You don't care about us!" Clifford had smiled coldly and replied, "You're right. That had been months ago." And yet, that boy had come back, into fire, into danger, to save the very man who'd once dismissed him as nothing. Vanessa found Tyrell weeks later and offered him something small, a new laptop, a quiet scholarship. He declined both, said he just wanted the community center reopened, said he didn't want pity. Clifford watched all this unfold from behind the scenes, never once appearing. He never reached out, never thanked Tyrell, and no one ever knew the truth, that the boy who saved him was the same boy he'd humiliated. Then one day, a quiet press release announced a multi-million-dollar grant for underserved tech communities in Detroit. The initiative was anonymous, but the first building reopened under a new name, the Tyrell Innovation Lab. Inside the lab's entrance was a small bronze plaque. No logos, no signatures, just a quote. "I was blind," he saw anyway. To this day, Tyrell never spoke publicly about that night, and Clifford Bain never confirmed a thing. But in the city's forgotten corners, people still tell the story of a boy with a burned hand and a man who lost everything but gained a soul. Now, Clifford Bain walks into every boardroom knowing that power can be lost in a single moment and earned by those society overlooks. Jamal didn't just save a life, he changed the balance of it. But here's the deeper question. Can a man like Clifford truly change, or do some only regret once the consequences catch up? Let us know in the comments. Was justice served, or did Clifford get off too easy? Like, share, and subscribe for more powerful stories that challenge what you think you know.